To the Big Fun Show. Yay, the Big Fun Show, the Big Fun Show. Welcome to the Big Fun Show. Hello there. I'm Will Neal. And we're at Big Fun Columbus. And this is hopefully the first of many shows that we want to do. But now you're asking, well, who are you, Will Neal, and what is this Big Fun Columbus, and what the heck are you talking about? Okay, well, let me give you a little bit of history. About 48 years ago, there was a show on TV, this is about 1966, that I'll say changed my life. And it was Batman with Adam West and Burt Ward, and it was presented in color, because at the time, not all shows were in color. But this was one of the first ones that was in color. About a year after that, it could have been the same year, but I think it was a year after that, another show came out which pretty much changed, you can say it changed history. And that was Star Trek. And I'll say it changed history because it had 2 seasons and it built up a big fan following, and they were ready to cancel it. The fans wrote in to the station and actually got them to go ahead and do a 3rd season, and that was the first time that that phenomenon happened. So that was a history changer, basically. Okay, let's fast forward to about 37 years ago, which would have been 1977. A director who had already done, a California director who had already done a couple of movies to, well, the first one was kind of mediocre, the second one got a little more publicity, a little more of a fan base and everything. It was a little more popular. His 3rd movie definitely changed history, changed movie history, changed science fiction history. It was phenomenal. The director was George Lucas. That 3rd movie was Star Wars. And that pretty much changed the face of movies for, well, we're still feeling it today. Because he created some innovative camera things to do. He created innovative camera angles, camera shots, the use of miniatures had been used before, but he created innovative use of miniatures, and he just really did it up. So and then about 25 years ago, another movie came out which it didn't necessarily change history, but it made an impact enough that other movies are still trying to follow in its wake, and that was Tim Burton's Batman with Michael Keaton. And I bring that one up because that year, a group of, well, 3 of us, myself, a fellow named Archie Midbauer, and a young lady named MJ Willow, decided that we liked TV, we liked movies, and we got together and did a show on, which at the time was Channel 21, public access, called Vast Wasteland. And our very first show, since that was the year that the Batman movie came out, our first show was about the Batman TV show. So that's why I mentioned that. Our second show that we did was about Star Trek and science fiction TV shows, so that's why I mentioned that. So that's pretty much bringing you up to speed on what this show is kind of going to be about, because this show will be about TV, it's going to be about movies, it's going to be about toys, obviously, and just fun stuff in general. And why am I doing it? Well, because I've got all this, what some people would call useless knowledge, locked in my head. But it's fun knowledge. It's fun knowledge about toys, movies, TV, books, things in general. So that's what I want to share with you while we're doing this show. And hopefully you'll like it. Okay, so that's enough history. Let's just let's see. Why am I calling the show the Big Fun Show? Because I'm doing it here in Big Fun, Columbus, which is a little shop that opened up May 31st, 2013. And some of you might be saying, hey, well, that sounds familiar. Big Fun. I can remember when there was a Big Fun here in town. And you're right. There was a Big Fun shop here in town back in the late 90s. And it was up at 14th and High. And it was about a block down from Long's Bookstore. But you couldn't get to it from High Street. You had to go back around the corner behind the building and come around from the back way. This one it's right on High Street. It's convenient. It's easy to see. Not always easy to park, but it's easy to see. And when the weather's nice, it's a nice walk to come in and visit your childhood, because that's what this store does. You can come in here and see things that you haven't seen in years, toys that you haven't seen in years. And a lot of people come in and they're like, oh, wow, I used to have that. Or, oh, wow, I knew somebody that had that. Or, oh, wow, my mom got rid of those. You know, so this is the shop where you can come and either revisit your childhood, rebuild your childhood toy collection, or just come in and gape in awe at all the wonderful toys that are here. And, well, I'll tell you, when I came in here the first time, because I used to go to the old shop, and the old Big Fun, and I was sorry to see it go. So when I came into this one the first time, it was their opening day, or at least their opening weekend. I came in and I looked around and came up to the counter and said, I love this shop. I want to work here. So I gave them my name and address, and they worked it out so that I do get to work here now, at least one day a week. And this is like my dream job, and it's wonderful for me because I worked for years with the Columbus Metropolitan Library, and that was okay. But this is my childhood. This is my joy. This is my heart. So I love this job, and I love talking about toys and sharing my knowledge about toys, because a lot of people will come in and they'll say, oh man, I remember I used to have this toy, and I'll say, well, describe it a little. And they're like, oh, you know, it had this, it had that. Was it this? Yeah, that was the toy. How do you know that? Like I said, it's all in here. And I'm happy to be able to share it with people. And people, I guess, appreciate the fact that I can share it with them, because they're like, yes, I've been looking for that toy for years. Do you have it? Well, that's the thing. Sometimes we might have it, sometimes we might not. But I can usually point them into a direction where they can find it. And so they're happy about that. One of the places where they can usually find toys is, if we don't have it here, there are a couple of toy shows every year, one in the spring, one in the fall, the Columbus Toy Shows, and they are usually, well, they have been held for years at Vets Memorial. They're going to be moving their venue here this year, later this year. I mean, the first one will be at Vets, but the next one will probably be at the fairgrounds. So, but it's a big, huge place to come and look at toys, buy toys, sell toys, or just walk around and be amazed by all the toys that you haven't seen in years. And it's a fun thing to do. It's cathartic. You go in and you see things. Your memories of your childhood come back, and it's like, oh, this is wonderful. This is beautiful, you know. And everybody seems to like that. I know I enjoy it, because I always try to go to those things, and I'm just like everybody else. I walk around and it's like, wow, I remember that toy. Or sometimes I'll see something that's like, I don't remember that toy at all. And it's usually because it's a little bit before my time. Yeah, I've been around for a while, but there are some things that were really before my time, you know. So, but it's a lot of fun. Toys are fun. Collecting toys can be fun. Having toys can be. Playing with toys can be fun. Everybody gets to that point when they're little, where they're playing with their toys, you know, and when you're little, you're playing with your toys. You don't necessarily, you enjoy them, but you enjoy them to the point where you play them to death, and they break or things like that happen, or you have to give them away to your cousins or your little brother or sister. Your little brother or sister might break them. You know, it's toys don't last forever unless you take care of them, and sometimes taking care of them is a challenge. So, like I said, a lot of people like to recreate the toy collections that they had as a child, and so the Columbus toy shows and Big Fun Columbus are the place to do that. Or if you just want to come in and revisit some memories, this is a place for that too. And as I said, in further shows, we'll talk more about toys, we'll talk more about movies, talk more about TV and toys that were based on those, because that seems to be a big thing that toy makers go for now. If a movie is coming out, they're jumping on the bandwagon to see if they can get the toy line for that thing, or for that show, or for that movie. And often the toys last longer than the memories of the movie. But seeing the toy can bring back memories of the movie. But usually the toys themselves take on a life of their own after that, and they go from there. And so, yeah, that's what I want to talk about with this show and other shows. Well, the subsequent shows. Hopefully there will be more shows. And so, if you like the show, you can let us know. You can come into the shop here, Big Fun Columbus, and let us know that you've seen the show and maybe you like the show, you know. Or you can give us suggestions for shows, because I'm always open to suggestions. I'm not so closed-minded that I would think that I have all the knowledge and nobody else has anything that'll be helpful or fun. So yeah, let us know what you think. Tell us you know, your comments, and we'll be looking forward to hearing from you. And well, I guess that's about all I want to say for now. So thank you, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.